I just want to briefly touch on this. It's a touching story. Let's take a look.
The way anti-Semitism can show up,
God damn, that's loud,
in Hollywood does have some nuance because it's not always obvious, you know. I'll just share 3 examples. One was my own and then 2 from friends. Mine was doing press for a movie. A Jewish reporter shared with me that the publicists of certain Jewish actors would come in before the interview to say, don't ask about their trip to Israel that they took when they were a teenager. Don't ask about their time in Jewish summer camp. And basically just don't raise the issue that they're Jewish.
Okay, there is varying degrees here. Don't ask them about their summer trip to Israel is very different than don't ask them about, like, I don't know, going to Jewish camp or whatever, which I don't think anyone will ever ask. I was about to say, I've never heard anyone ask that in any of these junkets, but I guess because the PR people are doing their jobs, I guess. That's why no one's ever asking. Otherwise, hello, I'm a journalist, and my number one question is, which Jewish camp did you go to when you were a child? Why would that be a question? I think he just added that on there to be like, oh, I have to hide my Jewish identity, when in fact, it was about the Israel thing. Because I could totally see a press person being like, don't talk about Israel, you know? But I cannot see a press person be like, don't talk about this Jewish actor's Jewish background. And it's really funny because people will then turn around and be like, oh, Hasan, you're like undermining their lived experience. It's like, come on, man. We're talking about Hollywood actors, dude. Really? Like, you're going to make an argument that anti-Semitism is manifesting in Hollywood? That's sincerely the argument you're making? They're packing up people and they're shooting brown people on the streets right now. Like, get a grip, dude. Name one Jew in Hollywood. True, I can't. You got me. I can't, because Hollywood, very anti-Semitic.
And that's a shame, because I'm a proud Jew and I'm always very happy when it comes up to talk about it.
Camp Ramah.
Camp Ramah, yeah, exactly. Whatever it is, I'm happy to. My bar mitzvah. But then there was a friend of mine named Adam Shapiro. He had an experience on the movie Mank, which was directed by David Fincher, where Gary Oldman, who is playing Herman Mankiewicz, great writer, wrote Citizen Kane.
This is my former co-host and peer's grandfather. Ben Mankiewicz is, I think, grandfather or father. Yeah, he wrote Citizen Kane. Hollywood royalty. People who watch like TCM, is it TCM Classics? Will recognize him. Ben Mankiewicz from TYT. Yeah.
And there's a moment, and he's Jewish, and he's delivering a line where he's saying, no, that guy's just a kibitzer. Every take, he just says, no, that guy's just a kibitzer. And Adam Shapiro, my friend, is going, hello, anybody catching that? And he tells David Fincher, who's like, just let it go. And then a couple more takes. No, he's just a kibitzer. And finally, Adam goes up to Gary Oldman, and he's like, hey, Gary, it's kibitzer. Okay, just say kibitzer.
The level of discrimination Jews experience in Hollywood, will anyone ever understand the pain? I'm sorry, man. Come on, dude. Really? I mean, that's crazy. Like, this comes across as so out of touch.
And so finally he got it. But like, that goes into another conversation about representation and authenticity, which we're not going to solve right.
There isn't Jewish representation in Hollywood? What planet is this guy living on, man? It's like saying there aren't enough black and brown people in the NBA or the NFL. Okay, what the is Ben Mankiewicz cool? Did you know him from the TYT days? Yeah, there's not enough people there's not enough black representation on BET. Not enough gays in West Hollywood. That is not an argument you want to forward, man. I mean, what are we talking about? It's just true. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just ostensibly, it's just objectively a ridiculous thing to complain about.
Now, but it's a subtle thing. And then lastly, my friend Jamie Denbo, who gave me permission to share this with you, is a brilliant comedian, but also a great writer, and was in the writer's room of Grey's Anatomy, where after October 7th, things got real tough for her in that room. A very left-wing room in general, a lot of Free Palestine going on in there, but which is, whatever. But she's...
Which is, whatever. Huh, interesting. Okay.
They're pitching stories, great stories, realistic stories about a Jewish character dealing with anti-Semitism, and it just keeps getting pushed aside. She just cannot get any traction on this. And finally, one day, she was mentoring another writer on the staff, and her mentee pulls her into a room and says, you know that when you talk about Israel, like that it's a state. And she says, Jamie says, have you ever been to Israel? And this mentee, who's supposed to be looking up to her, goes, no, but I've been to South Africa.
Oh, yeah, so she got schooled by her fucking mentee. How is this discrimination? Dude, how is this anti-Semitism, dude? How is that anti-Semitism? That's just a real conversation between two people that was fairly cordial, where, the party that you hate was kind of right and was trying to course correct.
And Jamie was like, okay, so she went to HR to report this. Like, she's not just going to sit and take it, willingly. And
wait, you went to HR? You went to HR to complain that someone told you the internationally recognized truth that Israel is a state? What the? Stop the presses, dude. Will anyone ever be all right after this? My good friend on the Grey's Anatomy writer's room was having a conversation with a mentee who was like, Israel's a state. So I got her fired. Sick. It's extremely funny that if you let a liberal Zionist speak for long enough uninterrupted, they will eventually say that Jews are treated worse than black people in the United States. It happens 100% of the time. Yes.